go. We've got 17 drivers on the grid. It's gonna be a good one. Hopefully my Twitch volume thing's working. I don't know. Hang on, we need to get the Twitch up on the old mobile cellular device before we can start anything. Well, it's starting anyway, but I need to spell Twitch. There it is. Let's see if it's all working. Is it working? Are we working? I hope we are. Are we working? Yeah, oh, look at that. It's beautiful. What a beautiful man. Hello, everyone. It's me, the Jamaican Bacon. Back once again. Something interesting to say the least. It's gonna be something interesting. It's similar. And we are here today for Tier 1, Round 3. Right, sorry, I'm just doing all the promo stuff. Hello everyone, my name is Jamaican Bacon and we are here today for Round 3 of Season 4. We are in the beautiful Imola for what should be an interesting one, to say the least. Will Manu, obviously championship leader at the moment, his championship rival Jack B not making the race today. Very unfortunate to see, seeing as he comes off a win in Portugal, a very close win, 0.003 seconds to the line that was. And that was, I have to say, a race that I was happy I ended up turning up to. Wasn't supposed to be there, but I was in the end. This is a man I'm happy to see back on the grid. Smithy making his F1RL return. Last time we saw him was Season 3. 3 rounds into Season 4. He's back for Imola. Not saying he's saying he's not the quickest today, but I'm sure that Aston Martin will do bits. Just hopefully luck will be on his side. We've got some new faces here today. Thomas Shane, Shadow, and PRR Oliver. Sorry, all new people to the F1RL scene. So hopefully they can prove themselves today against the greats in F1RL, the Tier 1 drivers in F1RL. And I have to say, we've got a lot of Tier 1 drivers ready to race at the moment. I'm surprised that we've got 17 since recent occasions in Tier 1, especially Season 3. We're struggling to get 13, maybe 14 in Tier 1 to turn up. Maybe, just maybe, our luck might be turning. But Smithy out on track, the first person out on track, I'm sure he'll be the first person to set a banker lap. No mistakes can be made around him. Like yesterday, we saw rain in qualifying. Whether there's rain in the race today, I have to find out from our drivers. Hopefully in the Twitch chat. Hopefully there's somewhere. But it'll be interesting to see. Just let's ride on board with Smithy then. Let's do it. Smithy's the man. He starts his first push lap of the session. Obviously, not going to be the quickest time. Everyone knows the first bank laps are not the quickest times. They're probably not going to be pole times unless there is rain involved later on in the session. But it looks like coming down to turn 1, turn 2 and turn 3, he has basically got that locked in. He is zoned in. He needs to get his F1RL win. He has to. He's been waiting for it for a long time. You can see today, he's pushing that car for one reason only. He wants to be better than the likes of Will Manu, then the likes of Parallel Harry, like the likes of Night Owl, who's a champion, may I mention. We've got a lot of quick drivers out on that track today. And Imola, a very good track for overtaking, for battles, for wheel-to-wheel battles, for collisions into F1RL, like the Jamaican Bacon and Pharrell yesterday. Because Pharrell was an absolute, not going to say the word, but didn't give up a position to a quicker teammate. Nevertheless, we're riding on board right now with Smithy. I have to say, he is crunching this circuit at the moment. Just getting everything perfect. This is a man that wants to do something F1RL this season. And even though he's missed a few races, credit to him, he couldn't help it. He's back now, and he's back better than ever. He is so zoned in for this. What is his first lap time going to be here today? It's a 13.8 for Smithy. He is cooked to the extreme there. What a lap from the Aston Martin driver. Parallel Harry, another quick driver out on track today in the Alfa Romeo, sending it. Oh, he's backed off. Never mind. What's that Ferrari driver? Is that pencil up nose? Pencil up nose on an out lap. Latifi on an out lap. Not on a push lap even. Latifi done 2-1. Like, let's right on board with Latifi. One in tier 2 yesterday. Is a tier 1 driver that have helped us in tier 2 to get some numbers up. As a lot of people were dropping out on us. I appreciate a lot Latifi. But don't appreciate how they got pole and the win. Just shows the difference between tier 1 and tier 2. But today, Latifi's going to be trying to fight for some valuable points to join their teammate. Thomas Shane 17-1. I don't think that was the best. I think he backed up now going for a push lap. But Latifi wants to get some valuable points to help Will Manu and them get to the top. Obviously, Hannah, we know, is a very good driver. And today, we're going to see their full potential. 7 fastest, 16.4. Not the greatest lap from the Red Bull driver, but I'm sure he'll go again and get. Once again, remember, this is only the banker laps. We can't get too ahead of ourselves. Yes, we see Smithy at 13.8, but we never know. We could be 13.5s by the end of the session. You never know what's going to happen. Pierre Oliver on his first qualifying session, 14.3 at the moment in the Alpine car. Latifi sending it through the chicane there. A lot of practice yesterday, 32 laps in the race, in a dry race yesterday for Latifi. Today, got to another 32 laps, whether it's wet or dry, we do not know. But all we know is right now that Latifi's on that push lap to set the first banker lap for the session. And hopefully, for Latifi, it's a good one indeed. Let's see what they will set. And then crossing the line, it's a 15.2. So not the greatest of laps from the Williams driver. Night Owls at 15.3. And Pencil Nose at 14.7. But Smithy, 5 tenths up at the moment on the first few banker laps. Is this going to be proving something that is sick? Oh, and the Haas driver going invalid at the end. Not good at all. Is that Viper out? Viper is on our laps, so he'll be coming to start. Smithy already saying he's gone faster than his time trial. That is great to see. We love that, Smithy. Keep on going, son. Come on. But Viper's just about to start his flying lap for the session. So let's. I'm not going to go into cinematics. Let's just watch as Viper pushes his car around Imola. As Viper spins round Imola, nearly does the 10, nearly kills himself. That's Viper's lap already abandoned. What Alpine is that? Pierre Oliver's going for another push-up. Let's run on board with him. Obviously, his first race in F1RL, first session in F1RL, and he's pushing the car to the limit. He obviously goes on the grass. That was on the grass and backs off there. Shadow in his first qualifying session is a 14.5. Obviously, Pencil 14.7, Latif 15.2, Night Owl 15.3. A lot of drivers out on track wanting to make something out of something. It's Viper, I believe, will be going again, hopefully. If not, he might be going into the pits. Let's see what Viper does here, actually. We've got a lot of cars going on their out laps now. Fatty Boy, Hofferton, 2 AlphaTauris on their out laps at the moment. Pepe on an out lap. Kyle on an out lap. Thomas Shane on an out lap. Cars starting to come out on track when set them first few laps. Will Manu, no movement from him in the pits at the moment. But I'm sure when he comes out of the pits, he'll make an impact straight away. So Viper is going to go for another push lap. Round 2, Viper. Come on, show us what you can do. Viper starts the push lap, going down the main track. I've just seen Pharrell type in the chat. No, I haven't, mate, because you're not on track with me. And when we're next on track, you are not going to wish you turned up to the race. Joking. I have to admit, mostly my fault that crash, but never mind. We're carrying on with this race today. And we're seeing Viper send it through sector 1. A lot cleaner than it was last lap when Viper absolutely put it into the wall. That is Harbs retiring with a 26.5. So surely that's going to be near the back of the grid. Or if not the back of the grid, depending if there's any DNS with people who haven't set laps. A lot of cars starting their push laps now, but we're focusing on Viper coming through sector 2. Got to try and avoid track limits through that corner and does it perfectly. This Alfa Romeo driver seeming a bit more locked in this season than ever. This Alfa Romeo driver wants to make an impact in the championship. Will they be able to make that impact today by doing the 1-up from getting the podium and getting a race win? We'll have to find out here live on Twitch. And remember, all of our VODs all posted on our YouTube, so make sure you watch them. Fatty Boy 13.9 starting to cook out on track now, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of cars starting to cook. Fatty Bomboy is second. What's Viper going to say? I'll say Viper P3. At least a 14 dead. No, it's not. It's a 15-9. Viper not cooking at all. Appalling. Sorry I had faith in people. Hoffer's on a push lap coming through the chicane now. Doesn't go invalid. Gets the chicane beautiful even. Hoffer's pushing that AlphaTauri. Trying to push that AlphaTauri to the limits. Wants to do something good. Also getting the podium this season in Australia. What a way to start F1RL Season 4 by getting the podium. Especially we see Hoffer's usually in the midfield fight. A podium meant everything to him there. Hoffer's crossed the line to go P10. Parallel Harry. Invalid. Pepe. Sending it on a push lap. Was it not on a push lap? Pepe's not on a push lap. Let's go to Will Manu then. On the intermediate tyres. Even though it says soft for some reason. Don't know what this man's on. Oh, don't know. I'm just not getting involved. Sam Fast on a push lap right now. Goes off track. Doesn't go invalid on the medium compounder tyres. Hoffer's on an in lap. Viper comes into the pits. Latifi on a push lap coming through the uphill corner. Gets it quite nicely, to be fair. Hopefully Latifi can make an impact. Massa P4. A 14.3. Very solid lap from the McLaren driver. Latifi going very deep there. But I'm guessing they're going to carry on with their lap since they're already deep. 5 tenths up on the time. Don't know if that's an actual purple set to 2 or if it's a telemetry glitch. We get a lot of telemetry glitches here. Latifi sending it through the last few corners and got to try and keep it clean. Needs to get that lap. Polya staying tier 2. What can they do here today in tier 1? Hoping for a top 5. And it's a top 6. A 14.7. Bit better from the Williams driver. Massa into the pits. Massa is into the pits. Pencil on a push lap now. Sending it up the hill through sector 2. The Ferrari driver winner ran Monaco. That's one of the wins. I don't know how many other wins Pencil's got. My memory doesn't want to work. But I remember Pencil coming into Monaco and winning after missing so many races and goes invalid for F1RL. Not going to help their chances today for a race win. P7 at the moment. Kyle, his teammate, P8. 2 Ferraris. Not where I thought they would be today. Offers on the in lap. Senfast just putting medium laps in. Parallel Harry on a push lap. Purple set to 2 it's saying. Whether that's telemetry glitch or not, I don't know. But Parallel Harry sending it through the chicane. A big slide for Parallel Harry. Massive slide, but I think he's just going to carry on pushing it. He is just going to carry on pushing it. Credits to Parallel Harry there. He's sliding all over the place. Them tyres cooked. And he's going to come into the pits. Pepe on an out lap. Hoffer's going for another push lap. Is Hoffer's is going for another push lap. We'll see where that comes in the end. 4 laps and then medium tyres. Oliver on a push lap at the moment. P3. Slide out that corner. Coming up the hill. Does the new Alpine driver. Shadow. New driver as well. Also, I believe, on a push lap. Big slide once again for the Alpine driver. Sliding here, there and everywhere. Shadow. Push laps going well at the moment. Sending it towards the chicane. 2 tenths up on their time. 14.3 is the area right now. And that can put him in a provisional P3 if he manages to gain the time. PRR Oliver does go invalid. So let's see where Shadow will end up here. It's P2 at 13.9. The Haas driver on their first qualifying session of F1RL is cooking at the moment, and it is good to see. Viper starts their push lap. Hoffer's on a push lap. Pepe on a push lap. Let's run on board with Pepe at the moment. P17 has not set a lap yet. The Alpine driver. Just watching the other Alpine driver, Pierre Oliver, who is P4 at the moment. What can this Alpine driver do? ERS is looking a bit short already. Maybe use some ERS a lap before. I don't know. But struggling out that corner. A bit slidey through F1RL, but they are going to have enough ERS to finish the lap. So 50 dead. I'm saying this is going to be a 14.7, 14.8 if they carry on with this lap. Maybe a 14.5 if we are lucky. But I don't think it might be any quicker than that. Unless it's set to 3, it's absolutely biblical and beautiful. I don't see him getting above P6 in this, and he comes into the pits. Hoping for another lap. Will Manu on a soft out lap at the moment. So this is where he's going to cook. I just realised why am I telling him. Oh, let's just sort this out real quick. It's not, it's not best. We want this tyre. That's why. That's a bit better. Viper just finished the push lap P9. Still looks like they're sending it through these corners though. Maybe to try and get back. Hoffer's coming into the pits. Will Manu on an out lap, as we saw a minute ago. Penstop nose on an out lap. Viper, I'm guessing, on the in lap, but wants to get back as quick as they can. But we're going to see a lot of movement in that pit lane now of people coming out to do their laps. And one person who is doing their lap is this man right here, Will Manu, as he starts his push lap round Imola. One of his best tracks that he's adores. And a track that he got taken out on lap 1 last season by a man who shall not be named in an Aston Martin. Not in an Aston Martin this season, not in an Aston, any car, sorry, at all in F1RL, because they have been gone. 1.1 seconds up on their lap time, which is obviously going to be since they were on the intermediate tyres. Will Manu sending up the hill of sets 2. Precision is key through this corner. No track limits can be pushed, and he usually pushes track limits in this corner. Keeps it safe. Heads down towards Aqua Minerale then. Smithy's 13.8 is the time to beat, but the track will be ramping up. The tyres will be warming into the track. Rubber will be laid, and quicker lap times will be made. 2.5 seconds up on his lap time now is Will Manu, but it's only going to get better through this last sector. Purple set to 2, it showed for me on my telemetry. Maybe that's a purple set to 2, maybe it's not. It's usually a glitch, but Will Manu sending it through the few corners now towards the end of the lap. Coming onto the main straight now. Good exit out of the final corner. Will Manu, where will he sit? P5. So 14.3. And Will Manu not getting the lap he probably would have wanted. Unless he goes out again on them tyres, which I don't think he has the fuel for. That's going to be him done. Penstop knows. Just finished the lap. Is he P7 still? Or is he still on a lap? No, he's off a lap. Teething out. A lot of cars out on track. Parallel Harry is one man out on track. And he's got a lot of traffic ahead of him. And he's on a push lap. Let's hope he does not get impeded. That's one thing we don't like to see in qualifying. Latifi's going to have to get out of the way here. And pick up the pace and get out of the way. And a lot of drivers are getting out of the way. Look at the traffic out on track round Imola. I have to say, Parallel Harry is dealing with it as well as he can. Sending it through the uphill corner down to towards Aqua Minerale. Still a lot of cars in set 3 would be backing off each other to set a push lap. They've got to realise there is a flying car coming through. That's Parallel Harry, who's not set a lap time. Purple sets 2, a 49.3 he's on at the moment. Sending it through the chicane. No slide out of chicane that time. That is how he would have wanted it the first time, but didn't get it the first time. Heading down towards the final few corners in sector 3. Parallel Harry looking very solid for what we've seen this lap. Coming through the final corner, nearly goes invalid. Will Manu retires from the session. That is his qualifying done. He's going to get a lovely little tow from, I believe, the Ferrari ahead of him. And Parallel Harry goes P5. Beats Will Manu in qualifying. Smithy goes off track. And that is his qualifying done. That's going to be the only lap he could have set. Oliver going for his first pole in F1RL. On his first qualifying session of F1RL. There's a car up ahead of him. And that is the Haas driver. Don't know what Haas driver it is, but it's a Haas driver at that, and holds them up a lot. And the Alpine goes off track, but keeps them going, doesn't get invalid. Surprising. Massa on a push lap, Pencil on a push lap, Latifi on a push lap, Kyle on a push lap, Nightowl on a push lap. The Haas retires 15th, 17-1, it's the best they can do. Pepe on a push lap. Let's see what happens then. It's going to be Kyle to be the first car on their push laps to cross the line. What's his time going to be? It's a very respectable P9. Viper retires from the session. Who is next on the cards? It's an Alpine. PRR Oliver cross the line. It's P4 for him at the moment. The other Alpine of Pepe next to cross the line. It's P11, very respectable lap time. Smithy into the pits. Next up is the Ferrari of Pensop who also comes into the pits. Next up, it's the AlphaTauri of Fatty Bomboy. No, it's not. It's Hoffer's. And where's Hoffer's finish? Hoffer's P14 at the moment. Latifi crosses the line to go. P10 stays P10. The Merc of Night Owl coming into the pits. There's another McLaren out on track. That's Massa. What's Massa going to set? Massa goes P5. Very respectable. Can Fatty Bomboy then deny Smithy of an F1RL pole? Or can the Haas of Shadow deny him of a pole? Fatty Bomboy does go provisional pole. 13.7. What will Shadow do? It goes invalid. So that means your pole sitter for Imola is the AlphaTauri of Fatty Bomboy. Pole to the end of qualifying. I genuinely thought that was going to be a Smithy pole there, but Fatty Bomboy denies him. And here is your starting grid for the Imola Grand Prix. 32 laps of racing and safety cars, most likely. Maybe rain, we'll have to see. 10th is Smithy, Shadow P3, Oliver P4, Massa P5, Harry P6, Will Manu P7. Pensop knows P8, his teammate Cole P9, Latifi ran out of the top 10, 2 Williams, 2 Ferraris, covers P7 to P10. Someone's just joined the VC and I'm scared of who it is.
I bottled that.
Will Manu saying he bottled it. Well, unlucky for you, Mr. Manu. You are starting P7, so get a grip and get on with it. That's what I have to say.
Up for the win. Come on.
He's up for the win, apparently. That's very wise words from Mr. Manu. We know what he's like, though. Absolute bottle job. Jack B's my goat. Anyway, the race is about to get underway, so I'll see you in a second for what should be a banger. Here we go then. The race is just about to get underway. I'm very excited. I feel like, what's his name, that fat kid with glasses is all on my Instagram at the moment. Someone's like, hello friends. That is me at the moment. Hello friends. Welcome back to F1RL. And today I have something special to show you. But nevertheless, Imola's just about to get underway. 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights. There's 5. And when we're going to go, oh, it's lights out and away we go. And the Ferrari getting a good launch. But nevertheless, Fatty Bomboy leads. Kyle leaves the session. I'm guessing that was the problem. Into turn 1 they go. Smithy ahead of Fatty Bomboy. Car's going off the track, but Smithy leads. Fatty Bomboy P2. Shadow following closely in P3. Fatty Bomboy is also getting pushed by Shadow at the moment. Can Shadow go down the inside? Well, can they avoid contact? Lovely clean racing between these two. The Haas driver going off. That's Will Manu getting involved. Will Manu getting pushed off track and spinning. Wow. Chaotic start here for the Williams driver. Big spin. Getting pushed off track. But Smithy leads. Shadow P2. Fatty Bomboy. Horrible start at the moment. P3. But Smithy doing what he would have wanted. And getting the good launch and going into P1. Massa. Pensop Nose and Parallel Harry all getting involved. Parallel Harry going off track, coming back on. Night Owl, P8. Very respectable start. Hoffers, P9. Harbs, P10 from the back of the grid. I think that is absolutely amazing to see. Crazy opening to the race. Absolute diabolical. And as you can see now, Shadow's going for a move from Smithy. Oh, there's nearly contact. Smithy pushing the Haas. And there's contact. There is contact. And that's Smithy and Shadow, and that's who's that? Smithy off the track as well. Fatty Bomboy. Pensop Nose retires from the session. Is that a safety car? Wow. I just really lost what just happened there. I don't know what to make of that. I'm sorry, let me just get Kyle back into the session. Sorry, Kyle, for that slow fight we had to watch. But Fatty Bomboy leading the way then. Smithy had it all in that launch. P9 at the moment. Shadow P10. Them two having contact through the final sector. Night Owl Massa. Both tier 2 drivers this season. Last season. Both from the podium. Latifi and Will Manu. P6 and P8. Will Manu making his way back after that crazy start. I believe we might hear from Will Manu in a minute about that start and his opinion on what just happened. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Hopefully, maybe just hear what he thinks. Well, of what happened on his POV. To be honest, but if we don't, it don't matter. Fatty Bomboy leads then. Guest poll leads. Cole joins back. Good to see. Cole P11 at the moment. Chaotic. This is how F1RL works, people. You have a good few corners and everything else just goes horrible. We love him, love. I see that Aiden rolls I5s in the chat. Well, Aiden, no one likes you, so get out my chat, please. Thank you very much. Latifi comes into the pits and obviously damage probably. Senfas gets a penalty under safety car for multiple warnings. That's never a good thing. But now it's going to be where it gets interesting. There's be a differential in strategies now. Strategies have had to change due to an early safety car. Smithy comes into the pits. Obviously just trying to get the pit under the safety car to see what they can do. We know what Smithy's luck's like, but that from Smithy wasn't great. I want to know what happened with Pencil up nose. A DNF for Pencil. Be nice to see what happened there. Be interesting to see the clips later from the likes of Pencil up nose with his DNF, because I don't actually know what happened. Apparently it was an incident involving Pierre Oliver, new driver in F1RL, but a DNF out of it is quite serious. So if it was something serious from Oliver, then it's going to have to be investigated and penalties will have to come. But right now we're under a safety car, lap 3 of 32. Safety car's not in this lap, so I'll just leave you with some nice relaxing cinematics of our cars going around the track. So Harb saying he has got a clip of the Ferrari killing someone. I'll be interested to see that. And Smithy was trying to give back the position on the Haas while there was contact. I've just seen there. So maybe it weren't all just because of the race of them racing. Maybe it was just a misunderstanding of communication. So it'll be interesting to see. Harbs, I want to see that clip after the race, my friend. Cause if it's funny enough, I'll get risky to put it in a TikTok or something. It'd be quite cool. But this will be the last lap of the safety car before it comes in, and we'll be racing again, just like Tier 2 yesterday. Safety car on the first lap. And now they're going to be restarting the race on lap 5. Very interesting. On the safety car restart yesterday, we saw quite a few incidents in Tier 2, but nothing extraordinary. All I know, Senfas retires from the session. Was that like a crash that actually battered their car then? Don't know. Senfas retires from the session. Don't know what happened there, to be honest. And it's left the session. Cool. Right, so surely safety car should be in this lap, no? Come on, give me some racing. Parallel Harry is on the soft compound tyres. No, you're taking the mick. Safety car is in this lap, thank God. I thought it was going to stay out for another lap. I was like, nah. So we'll be racing again. Fatty Bomboy will lead the pack. Massa Night Owl and Hoffers, the 3 cars following. Harbs, impressive from last to P5 at the moment. Solid start from that McLaren. Let's see what Harbs can do for the rest of the race. Viper 6th, Manu 7th, Shadow 8th, Carl 9, Latifi 10th, Pepe 11th, and Smithy, who's on course for a win in my opinion this race, down in P12. Thomas, Harry and Oliver following behind him. 15 drivers left out of 17. 4 laps in. What's going to happen? When's Fatty Bomboy going to go? And he goes now. Fatty Bomboy with an excellent safety car restart. Massa falling behind. Night Owl having a shock, and Hoffers is trying to make an impact on that straight away. Down into turn 1 they go then. Hoffers looking for the outside, looking for the inside, looking for the outside. Can't get anything done. Halves falling all these. Manu gets past. Well, Shadow trying to get past. Manu doesn't happen. Shadow now getting chased down by all the cars behind them. Big pack of cars behind them even. Look at this midfield battle going on right here. This is excellent to see. Latifi having to hold off the likes of Kyle. Both of them rivals. Going for a dive bomb is Kyle. Avoids contact due to ghosting. But Jesus Christ, that was a dive bomb and a half that he was willing to take. Nova, I will ban from track as Harbs goes off the track there. But Fatty Bomboy, at least, what a shot this is. It's beautiful to see. Through F1RL, Massa trying to keep up with Fatty Bomboy. See for how many laps he can do. Remember, Massa is the race winner in F1RL. Monster Tier 1 last season. And look at this battle behind. This is Manu going for the moving Viper into chicane. That was a very interesting dive bomb. Look at this pack of cars, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we see racing. Viper now racing. Latifi now racing Viper. They're going down into the final few corners. Is that 3 wide? Nearly 3 wide. Manu nearly getting pushed to the track. Latifi and Manu both fighting. Nearly contact between 2 Williams driver. That is a Ferrari off the track. And that is Kyle. And that is a DNF into the wall. And that is a safety car out. But what a battle that was. Wow. Another safety car. Oh, I love F1RL. I wouldn't change it for a while. I'm so happy I created this league. So, that was actually some very good racing there. Smithy up to 9th now. Shallow down to 10th. Oliver and Thomas Shane at the moment. I'm doing good. Kyle has left the session after a DNF. I need to find out what actually happened there. Chaotic. Absolute chaotic. Just absolute scenes. Well, Manu has pitted. Soft's going on. Hard's going on for Parallel Harry and Shadow. Oliver going for the mediums. Pencil Nose has left the session. We'll get him. Oh, he's DNF'd anyway. Just mad. Apparently Shadow needs to chill. He's all over the place. I don't know what's happening. All I know is that the safety car is still out. And it's annoying. It's quite annoying, to be fair, at the end of the day, for like a commentator like me. I'm sure it is for Will Manu when he commentates in Tier 2. Just safety cars are alright, so you can stop, have a drink and breathe. But it gets boring when 7 laps and we've only had 2 actual laps of racing. Don't get me wrong, that safety car restart was epic. But then it's just the little things at the end that ruin it. Like, if that was all clean through there, that was an amazing battle. Down to turn 1 would have been amazing. The lot. But the safety car isn't in, so we're going to have another lap of the safety car. Do you get what I mean? It's just long. Start racing cleanly, people. I'd just like to mention Risky's giving stick to Will Manu for not leading the race. Just saying you shit at this track. We're just having an off day. Oh wow, wise words from the second driver in the Williams car. That is great to see. Will Manu getting put in his place as usual. Oh, racing's got back on the way. Didn't even see the safety car came in, and racing is back under the way. In fact, Boy leads a very good start. Massa P2, Night Owl P3. Harb's getting swallowed up here. Harb's not having a great start. Latifi and Harb's wheel to wheel then. Keeping it clean. Lovely to see. They're both battling it out. There's cars ahead battling it out. That's Night Owl and Massa. This is Latifi and Harbs. And Latifi and Harbs. And someone picks up front wing damage. I believe that was the Haas. Massa going deep. This is allowing Viper to try and get involved. This is allowing Smithy to get involved. Smithy qualified P2 in qualifying. Is on the comeback drive at the moment. P4 now is the Aston Martin driver. What a lovely overtake that was into that corner. Harbs just seems like he's got no pace at the moment since that restart. Look at all these cars coming into V0RL. Can they all keep it clean? There's cars all over the track. Once again, I think Parallel Harry having to get involved in some corner. And look at the two Haas drivers. Look at that. What can Hazard do here? Down into chicane, has to back off, let the two Hasses go for it, and it's letting to Hazard. Will Manu down at the back. Night Owl leads then. Shadow retires from the session. That's a big crash, and so is Thomas Shane. The two Hasses making contact. What is happening? Night Owl comes into the pits. Fatty Boy stays out. Hoffer's into no. Hoffer's not into the pits. Oliver into the... No. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up drivers into pit. Pepe, Harbs. Wow. Interesting. Jesus Christ. What happened there? I don't know. Well, 17 drivers started, 12 left. This is crazy. Hello, Will Manu. I'm guessing that's Will Manu. Is that Will Manu? Don't know, someone's joined. I saw Discord join.
Hello, it's the one and only Manu here.
Talk to us, Will Manu.
Just to let you know what happened with that restart. So I drop off a couple positions.
Yeah.
Because of that Claren Shadow guy. It's not even Claren Shadow, is it? I don't know. But he was very, very aggressive to the point where he was trying to overtake me on the safety cars. So that was fun of him. On the first safety car restart, he overtook me with an illegal overtake, and then I got the position back on him. Nearly got spanned by him on the first corner.
Yeah.
Where do I even start on that Haas incident? Jesus, man.
What happened there?
He was driving into the Haas. Into the Haas's left rear tyre. While Parallel Harry was just on the inside of the track. He couldn't do anything. He was like sandwiched. He's lucky he survived, if I'm being honest. And then going up into the uphill section towards the downhill section in sector 2. Well, what can I say? He was fighting about 7 cars at once.
Jesus Christ.
I've got a lot of clips to show him, but yeah.
Crazy. I just want to ask real quick about your strategy. What are you going for now? Because I see you got the softs on.
I'm going triple softs.
Triple softs?
Yep.
Fair enough. That answers the
Why
question.
not, you know, I'm here to have fun at the end of the day.
Did you start on mediums today?
Yeah, I did.
So you started on mediums.
I was
So
gonna
you have
go
got the
medium,
hards.
soft, but now I've gone soft.
Fair enough. So you have got the hards though as an option if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Because this
I
is
have got them if I wanted to, yeah.
This is probably going to be one of the last safety cars until the end if there is one. So
Yeah, I'm not too worried though. Softs to the win.
What's the win?
Amen.
Right, enjoy your race, sir. I'll
Gotta
catch you in
focus
a
back
bit.
up now. See you later.
Thomas saying his Haas teammate killed him. Clip it, make a ticket in incident report on the Discord, and we'll get Stuart to look at it, aka me, because I'll be shooting today's race as usual, because no one else does it. I didn't even see what happened. All I just saw was 2 Haas DNF, but the safety car is in this lap. Smithy, my friend, I see you've got front wing damage still. Just try and coast with it. You're doing well. Come on, boy. That's all I got to say. Yeah. Fat Boy and Massa will be the 2 fighting off the safety car restart. Fat Boy is doing his 3rd safety car restart today. Crazy to see. Crazy to see. Can all our drivers now try and keep it clean for the race? Latifi P5 at the moment. Very solid result due to all the incidents. When's Fatty Boy going to go? Leaving it late. He's gone now. He left it late, but Massa caught napping almost by Smithy. You can see Smithy is already on the back of Massa. Smithy down to turn 1 then. Wants to get the move down Massa. Massa switches to the inside, defends the inside. Smithy having to back off. All the cars getting through turn 1 successfully there. Can I get through turn 2 and turn 3 successfully? That is Smithy off the track struggling. And Viper has gone through. Latifi's gone through. Hoffer's gone through. Smithy getting swallowed up. Parallel Harry fighting Oliver. Manu fighting Parallel Harry. Round the outside. Tries it. Does Manu. Now up the hill, a bit of wheel bang I think there, but it's all clean racing at the end of the day. Harry keeping the inside line, Manu having to go deep, have to go up track, Hazard having to go up track, Manu getting swallowed up, dropping down the hills again, but Fatty Bomboy leads the Grand Prix. 8 tenths up, 9 tenths up, nearly a second up on Massa. Massa not getting the start he would have wanted. Viper following Massa closely behind. Look at all these cars battling it out on track. Latifi, P4, very solid result so far for the Williams driver. Hoffer's P5, but as you can see, Latifi's going to go for a move on Viper, or try to, down to the last few corners. Nearly contact. I think there was a bit of wheel bang in there, but it's allowed the Alpha Tauri to come through. Latifi getting pushed onto the curb, and Hoffers goes through, up into 3-4. Latifi struggling there. Smithy also struggling. A lot of cars out on track, a lot of cars struggling. Night Owl comes to the pits, obviously picking up damage. This is a massive battle behind. Look at all of these 5 cars. The car going off track. That's Parallel Harry, and that's a massive crash. That's Harbs and Harry. And that's another safety car out. And that is a William. That's a Russell and Bottas crash if I've ever seen one. We've got 10 drivers left in this Grand Prix. What is happening today? The driving standard has gone down the hill. I'm so close to start banning some people. This is getting...
Hi again, it's me.
What was that?
Aggressive. It's just uncalled for. Everyone needs to calm down. The red mist is covering people's eyes at the moment. They can't see while they're driving.
Well, Fatty Bumboy does come into the pits. Hoffer stays out, so Hoffer gets the lead. Latifi P2. Oh. Hassa has left the league. Wow, shit. This is crazy to see. 10 drivers left in this Grand Prix. No, I'm not suspending the race as it is because you're P2. Nice try, Latifi.
I'm scared to overtake people. This isn't fun.
This is just crazy, man. Hazard's now left the league. Just chaos.
Yeah, he nearly sideswiped me at one point. I ended up braking, like missing the braking point on purpose just so I didn't get killed. It's just everyone's being so aggressive and there's no need for it. It's, I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, safety car's out for another lap then. So at the moment, here you go. This is the people that were still alive, who survived the worst race of the season, in my opinion. A ticket has been made. Um, but safety car should be in this lap, I'm guessing. Is it in this lap? We've got another lap. Safety car is in this lap. Comes in late for me. And here we go. Hoffers leads everyone off the line. As we go green once again in Imola. 10 drivers left, and Oliver getting a good launch on Hoffers. And it's going for the move on Hoffers down into turn 1. Hoffers will defend this for his life. There is a bit of wheel banging there, and it's going to allow Will Manu to get involved in Hoffers, but backs out. Too scared to overtake people. But Oliver in his first F1RL race is leading. Crazy scenes. Fatty Boy P5 now has pitted new mediums for the race. Will Manu will need to pit again, no doubt. So will the medium runners of Oliver and Hoffers. Manu P3 then chasing down the likes of Hoffers. Hoffers was P1 at the start, safety car restart, is now P2 and maybe might even be P3 in a second. Fatty Boy gets past Latifi, or is fighting Latifi, and gets past Latifi. The AlphaTauri cooking. Now pole sitter now cooking, trying to get that win that he wants round Imola. Pepe's also going for a move on Latifi down the inside. Very, very, very close between these two drivers, but Pepe gets it done up into P5. Massa following Latifi slowly behind now. Latifi and Massa, two goated drivers in F1RL. And as you see now, Will Manu and Hoffers are going for it. Down into turn 1, Will Manu takes P2. Is now got Cook on them soft compound tyres. Massa going down the inside of Latifi. Latifi gets past by the McLaren driver. Latifi now P7 getting passed by Night Owl, who's P8. Smithy going for the move on Latifi's now. Latifi's jumping out of the pack. Latifi, P9, them old hards are finally starting to give in a bit. As drivers are all gaining places on Latifi. Oliver now got Will Manu, current champion, 3 tenths behind. Fatty Bumboy passes Hoffers. Maybe there was team orders involved there, but at the moment Hoffers needs to let Fatty Bumboy cook. He could be in for a race win here today by far. 3 laps on their mediums he's done so far. Probably will need to pit again due to degradation, but nevertheless they are still going for it. Fatty Bumboy P3, 1.3 seconds off the 2 front runners. Will Manu going off track there. No penalties out on track at the moment though. Surprising. It's Pepe trying to get a move done on Hoffers for that P4 position. Maybe he can chase down the podium today. DRS enabled. Manu is cooking. 17.5, fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He needs to get ahead here. Pepe going for the move on Hoffers. Gets the move done on Hoffers, but Hoffers is going to try it back again into turn 1. Is he going to? No, he's not. He defends Massa though. Very nicely from Hoffers defending there. And Manu sticking to the back of the Alpine of Oliver then. This is going to be a battle. I'll say this, Oliver, very decent driver. I'm sure they'll be staying in F1RL for a while, hopefully, depending on if they find the driving dirty, because the driving is very dirty. But Will Manu at the moment is P2. What has happened to this league? This driving is horrendous today. And look at this freeway battle. Night Owl sticking it down inside of the uphill corner and gets it done. That is clean racing, ladies and gentlemen. Viper gets a penalty. But as you can see there, Hoffer's getting toiled up by Night Owl and Smithy. Them tyres wearing off. Will Manu cooking. Fatty Bumboy cooking. This race is now cooking. And that Alpha Tauri is on the back of Will Manu like never before. So here we go, and DRS is enabled, and Will Manu on the back of the Alpine. Overtake on, gets past. Fatty Bumboy, overtake on, gets past. So there we go then, the 2 quick drivers of this race. Will Manu and Fatty Bumboy, P1 and P2. Manu will need to pit again to take them softs to go for another set of softs, like his strategy was. Battles down Yalden and Smithy on the back of Pepe. Pepe on the back of Massa, P4 for Massa. Latifi down in P10. When will the tyres be changed on that Williams car? Maybe trying to go for the one-stop strategy. Lap 17 to put the mediums on to go to the end. Will it happen? Most likely. But you see, Smithy gets an excellent exit out of that corner. Up the hill he goes into the next position. But right now this is very close. The Alpine and the Aston, wheel to wheel. That's what VOD should have done. Backed out a lot, and Smithy gets 3-second time penalty and goes off track. Comes back on track, avoids contact with Night Owl. And what was a good move is resulting in a 3-second time penalty and losing of 2 positions. Fatty Bumboy has overtaken Will Manu. Will Manu obviously having a problem. Struggling on them tyres maybe. Them tyres are properly cooked, but Fatty Bumboy has cleared Will Manu. And Will Manu does dive into the pits now. So Fatty Bumboy leads to 17-1 on them medium tyres. Cooking a bit now. Oliver P2, Massa P3, 6 laps on them hard tyres. Could they go to the end? Possibly. See how much they cook. Pepe P4, Night Owl P5, Smithy and Vibe P6, P7. That is Latifi going for a move. Trying to go for a move on the Hoffers. And that's a car off track, and that's Viper. And retires from the session. And that's another safety car. This is brilliant. What has just happened to Viper? Wow. There's another safety car. This is just ideal, isn't it? Tidy. This is just exactly what I want. Oh. Fatty Bomboy comes into pits. He's going to go for the hards, I'm guessing, to go to the end of the race. Massa into the pits as well. Pepe into the pits. Night Owl also into it. A lot of cars into the pits. Smithy stays out though. Interesting call. Fatty Bomboy goes mediums even. I didn't know he had enough set mediums. Oliver going softs. Pepe going softs. Two Alpines going for the gamble and thinking themselves can do 12 laps. Probably, but they saw Will Manu do 11 laps on them. So they've got every chance to try it, and they've got a safety car in their favour at the moment. Wow. So two Aston Martins are leading there, the safety car and Smithy. Aston Martin's basically been leading this whole race with that bloody safety car being out all the time. This is dead. Well, Smithy, as long as you clip them where you show you got the warning for the reasoning, obviously we can look into it. So make sure you do clip it. We do that a lot. If there's genuine reasons why you didn't, like, you couldn't avoid getting the warning, we can get rid of it. I mean, yeah, risk at the end of the day, wherever you finish out, you're going to get points, so there's literally no point retiring, my opinion. Anyone out on track who can't be bothered to race anymore, even though they get damage, well, just pit and just firm it. You're going to get points at the end of the day. Points valuable. And we're only going to give points to the top 9 now. So you're going to get a minimum of 2 points. That ain't too bad, in my opinion. So let's just is that Carlos Sainz talking in the background or what? Sounds like Carlos Sainz. I've just read Latifi's message as they done that. That's sick. Latifi saying, I'll let Will Manu pass in the team chat. I've got on grass under safety car. And fair enough to Latifi there. Letting Will Manu pass. Knowing team rules. See, that's how Williams is supposed to work. F1RL. It's great to see. Safety car in this race. Well, here we go then. Why am I watching Latifi? We got to watch Smithy, who's leading the race, but everyone else has pitted. Could Smithy make these tyres last enough? So that's how many laps are left? 11, 18 laps of mediums? It's possible. Tyres could be cooked. Safety car has helped though. We'll find out. Fatty Bumboy, new mediums, very quick behind Smithy. Smithy with a penalty, and Smithy goes. And Fatty Bumboy not getting a good launch at all there. In fact, the Alpine of Oliver already attacking on themselves, and so is Massa attacking Oliver. Down to turn 1 we go then. On another safety car restart, the Alpine looks like it's got the inside. The Massa in the McLaren fighting it. Night Owl now looking to gain a place on Massa. Doesn't work out. Pepe P6. Hoffer's behind Pepe and P7. Will Manu and Latifi, the two Williams at the back, ready to cook. one ever. Smithy keeps the lead at the moment. Oliver chasing down the back of Fatty Bumboy on them softs. Will Manu on the back of Hoffers then. Is he going to try it into this corner? No, he's not. He's going to play it safe. Oliver really on the back of Fatty Bumboy here. Chasing him down. Into the chicane they go then. A lot of cars chasing, a lot of cars, a lot of battles on this track at the moment. Yes, there's only 9 cars left, but there should be 9 cars who can actually fight instead of smashing into each other. Fatty Bumboy on the back of Smithy. Smithy's got to watch his mirror now. You can see he's got a very quick AlphaTauri behind him. And no doubt this is going to get interesting. We've got 10 laps left of this Grand Prix. And the Alpine of Oliver going for the move down the main straight. Oliver gets the move done on Fatty Bumboy. Fatty Bumboy now 2 cars away from the race win. But Smithy with that penalty at the moment. But he's saying he can probably get it removed due to warnings that was not his fault. Nevertheless, Oliver on them new softs putting in a shift. And you see there, Smithy's now got to defend from a very quick Alpine. Will Manu finally gets past Offers down the inside. It's a good exit from Will Manu in the background, as you can see there. And you can see the Alpine of Oliver right on the back of Smithy, not willing to give anything up. But he's also got to watch a quick Fatty Bumboy right behind him. Fatty Bumboy got pole here. We know how quick Fatty Bumboy is. Come to Portugal last season, his first race F1RL, and won it. We know what this AlphaTauri can do, and he's shown up today. At the moment, 2 points this season. I think a lot less points than he would have wanted this season so far. But now to the impact, he can make good points. And Oliver looking for a move on Smithy down to the last few corners, down the inside. He's going to go then, wheel to wheel. Keeps it, both keep it on track. It's really nice driving from the Aston Martin and Alpine, but instead allow Fatty Bumboy to get involved now. So much so that now Oliver's going to have to defend from 2 cars. Smithy looking for the move on the Alpine. Fatty Bumboy's looking for the move on both of them. Smithy's chucked it on the outside. It's wheel to wheel down into the It's a beautiful view. Smithy and Oliver making contact. Cars making contact all over the place. Smithy and Fatty Bumboy making contact. Smithy off the track getting pushed by Fatty Bumboy. Massa going for the move. Now on the AlphaTauri, very not dirty driving, feisty driving. Even Smithy down to 5th now. Pepe looking for a move on Massa. Massa looking for a move on Fatty Bumboy. All of this time, Oliver 2nd up the road now in P1. Wow, that was an interesting battle into turn 1. For sure, that was it. Very crazy. And now Fatty Bumboy is going to need to start cooking again to try and get that Alpine back into, well, it's going to be into the ERS range to have a chance down that straight. But look at Oliver's ERS, 30%, Fatty Bumboy 68%, and purple set to 2. Unless that was Oliver purple sector, I don't know. But the other Alpine Pepe, could we see a double Alpine podium here in Imola in Tier 1? Senor Pepe only 1 position off and on new softs. DRS is enabled. You see DRS is enabled. You see the battles down the back of the track. Will Manu Night Owl out of VRS. Will Manu with DRS and ERS. And he's going to go for the move. Oh, lack of VRS. And it pushes Smithy on track. Smithy having to go off track once again in turn 1. Nearly picks up Night Owl as he comes back on track. Will Manu up into P5 now. Fatty Bumboy on the back of Oliver P1. Will Manu starting to cook a bit. But he has to, I have to admit here, he did push Smithy off a lot. And Smithy struggling now on their medium tyres. I reckon his best bet would be to pit, just to try and get fastest lap point or something, unless he can cook and get a decent amount of positions. But right now, Fatty Bumboy has really shut that gap between him and Oliver for P1. This is definitely going to cook. Them soft tyres will hit a point around lap 28-29 where they will drop. 9 laps in, the soft tyres will drop and the mediums kick in to be the quicker tyre. Fatty Bumboy gets this move done. He can probably pull away from Oliver and be about 4 seconds up the time the race finishes. All going well. This is, I'm just making it hypothetically. I don't know Oliver's pace while behind the car on older softs, which they will be very soon. But right now we're watching Fatty Bumboy with DRS down the main straight. Will Manu sets the fastest lap. Will Manu cooking at the moment. 10th off Pepe, but I'm focusing on the battle for P1, and the battle for P1 has been complete as Fatty Bomboy leads. Will Manu against Pepe, down into turn 1, Pepe defends well. Will Manu backs off, doesn't want to get involved in any instance. Latifi, P6 at the moment. Very solid race from the second Williams driver. Fatty Bomboy does lead. As you see, Will Manu's going for the move on Pepe, down into this corner, round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Sublime from Will Manu. And he's ahead of Pepe up into P4. Can we see a race win on the cards, even a podium? We don't know. We'll have to see. But all I know is the gap between Pepe and Latifi now. There's definitely going to be a separation in the pack. 2.5 seconds between the Williams driver and the Alpine. So this is going to be your top 5 for probably the race win. It's going to be an interesting top 5 battle for the race win. 6 laps left of the Grand Prix, and I'm dead from the amount of safety cars and crashes I've witnessed today. But it's only going to get more interesting now, as Oliver will have the DRS round this time. It's open, but Fatty Bomboy looks very far up the road. A lot of VRS to use. Will Manu getting involved with Massa. Will Manu beat Massa down into turn 1. Will Manu onto the podium. Massa going for a lovely move, in fact. Trying to get the switch back done. Look at him. They're still wheel to wheel. Into the corner they go. Massa just sitting behind Will Manu now. And Will Manu does complete the move in the end. Up into P3 for the Williams driver. This is a bit more like Manu rounding Miller here today. Race is starting to heat up now. Yes, we've had several DNFs. We've had, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 DNFs today. Appalling behaviour. Should be disappointed in yourselves. Fatty Bomboy now has to defend from 2 very quick cars behind him. Oliver and Manu. Manu looking very quick. Massa freezing time home for multiple warnings. That's going to drop him down to P5 for sure. Oh, that's a big slide from Pepe. Oh, that corner, massive slide. In fact, Will Manu looking for the move on the other Alpine of Oliver. This is going to be very interesting into turn 1. DRS on both of them cars. And Oliver's going to be the one trying to make a move in the end on the AlphaTauri. Doesn't work out in the end. Night Owl has dropped back now. He is down into P9. Smithy up into P7 with that penalty at the moment, but he would hope to get it removed. Like I said, we do penalty removals if the warnings is not at the driver's fault. Oliver now got the champion of F1, double world champion of F1RL right on his tail. Now it's Will Manu wearing the gold helmet, representing that he is the champion out on track. Let's have a look for a second and look at the penalties. 3 seconds for Massa and 3 seconds for Smithy, and we can keep that on to look, or we can look at position changes. Manu up 4, Oliver up 2, Fatty Bomboy started P1 and probably will finish P1 depending on how this goes. So Pepe up 6, Latifi up 4, Smithy down 5, Hoffer's up 6, and Night Owl up 4. This is starting to cook a bit now, so here we go. Will Manu with the DRS then, chasing down the likes of the Alpine, but the Alpine chasing down the likes of the AlphaTauri. He gets through. Will Manu also looking for the move on the Alpine. Fatty Bomboy down to P3 now. Alpine up to P1. Will Manu up to P2. And Will Manu looking to go for a filthy move on this Alpine. Wheel to wheel through the first set they're going. He looks at it down inside. Has to back off a lot. This is going to allow Fatty Bomboy to try gain a bit of time on the Williams. The Williams might try it round the outside on the exit. Doesn't try it around the outside on the exit. Keeps it pretty clean. And Fatty Bomboy is going to need to push and get some time here. Otherwise, they can see P1 fading away from him. Right now, we're seeing the Alpine and the Williams battling it out for P1. And this is absolutely amazing to see. This Alpine has fought his way through the pack. Will Manu fought his way through the pack. The Alpine goes a bit deep. They're a bit side on the exit. It's going to have to allow Will Manu to get involved. Into chicane, maybe? No, he does not try it. Fatty Bomboy with a lot of ERS though, and can utilise that ERS more than the 2 up front can utilise their ERS. But we know what ERS is like, it can just disappear out of thin air without you even noticing it. And now Fatty Bomboy needs to cook, because he has only got lap 30, 31 and 33 laps left. And Will Manu's going for the move on the Alpine. Down to turn 1 they go then. Will Manu leads. Fatty Bomboy's got the move done on the Alpine. Fatty Bomboy also getting a lovely exit out of that final corner. The Alpine, once again, like Fatty Bomboy was there. Fatty Bomboy first, down to third. Oliver first, down to third by the time the end of turn 1, start of turn 2. And Will Manu, for the first time this race, is leading the Grand Prix with a few laps left to go. Fatty Bomboy needs to push on here. A lot of ERS difference. Pepe gets slapped with a 3-second time penalty. Latifi could put this into play. Latifi gains 2/10. It could be a P5 for Latifi. We'll have to find out what happens there. If you carry on board watching with us, Will Manu pushing away on them softs now. Fatty Bomboy not able to make an impression on him. Maybe it might be done here. Maybe Will Manu might have just snatched this race win once again like he does. But he hasn't got 100% win rate this season. Jack B there cooked. Will Manu 7 attempts up on his personal best time. He is cooking now. And Fatty Bomboy 1.6 seconds down. And with Oliver still on the back of him. So this will be the battle we're going to be focusing on right now then. Fatty Bomboy and PRR Oliver will be going to the end. And we'll be fighting to the end. Will Manu 2 seconds down the road now. I don't see anything changing. But the skies have gone very dark and grey. 15-7 for Will Manu. Cooking out on track. Fatty Bomboy trying to cook out on track. Nothing coming to him. And it looks like Will Manu's walking away with this now. 2 seconds is the gap. But we know what Will Manu do. He can bottle it as much as you like. But that is your race leader with 2 laps left to go. I have to say he has definitely cooked this race. Especially chucking them softs on. For all 11 laps. Oliver gets up in 3 seconds. Oliver out of the contention for the race then. For sure now. Even if he passes Fatty Bomboy, he's got to get 3 seconds on him. Horrible feeling for Pierre Oliver, but it could be his first podium in F1RL here for sure today, especially in Massa 1.5 off and a penalty, and Pepe 3.5 off with a penalty as well. 3 seconds is the gap now between Will Manu and Fatty Bomboy. It's starting to cook now. It started to cook even. These few laps since that safety car restart had actually been amazing. Smithy's on the back of Latifi, but Smithy nothing left in him, and he has to gain that 3 seconds back. But here we go, and Will Manu leads onto the final lap. Fatty Bomboy in a comfortable P2. Would have been P1, but it's P2. I'm afraid Will Manu cooked a bit too much on them softs. Oliver P3 cooking in his first F1RL race. Not the cleanest of first F1RL races, just overall in general. Like the crashes with Kyle, the 2 Hasses, Parallel Harry and the Harbs. You know what I mean? It's just all over the place at the moment. But I'm sure of one thing now. We've got 9 drivers who are definitely going to finish this race. And are definitely going to get points here today. Will Manu will probably take that fastest lap point as well. If Will Manu does get a penalty here though, on the final lap, Fatty Bomboy might actually snatch a win, but it depends if it happens or not. I'm pretty sure it won't happen. But this is your man who, I'd say, had a shocking qualifying. P7, I think, or P6 for Will Manu in qualifying. We know what Will Manu is like, though, in qualifying. It doesn't really matter. He starts at the back of the grid. He'll be at the front of the grid by the end of the race. And he's done that today. Will Manu coming through in the final corners. Round Imola, a chaotic Imola, a safety car galore Imola, and there's going to be one man who tops the podium here today. Will Manu crosses the line to win the Imola Grand Prix. Fatty Bomboy P1 to P2, he will take that. Oliver, first F1RL race, P3. Massa, very solid race from the McLaren driver, P4. Pepe, P5. Latifi, snatches the P5 of Pepe. Smithy, P7. Night Owl, P8. And Hoffer's P9. Congratulations, Will Manu, for the race win round Imola. Congratulations to our drivers who managed to finish the race here today. It was a character on drive day, Will Manu. I'll give Will Manu it purposely, but I also want to give it to Oliver for obviously first podium, and to see Will Manu. It's levitating. You can run away with me tonight. You can run away with me tonight. But Will Manu on top at the Imola Grand Prix. Lost to Jack B by 0.003 seconds last race. Wins by 3 seconds this race. Jack B, work to do now for when he comes back next week. No points gained on Manu. Manu 25 points, 26 points gained. In fact, he got the point fastest lap. And also like to mention Fatty Bomboy walking away with 19 points as he got pole. But there is your finishing result. Will Manu wins. Fatty Bomboy P2, Oliver P3, Massa P4, Latifi P5, Pepe P6, Swift P7, Night Owl P8, and Hoffers P9. Everyone else with a DNF. That was shocking. I apologise to anyone who's watching for the first time. That is not how usually F1RL goes. But we'll be back next week for a new track for F1RL, and that is the Hungary Grand Prix. So make sure you are there, because I'm sure Dylan will be there, because he's always hungry, because he is massive. I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.